Thank you for following at Mr. Marino Science. Today's video is a little bit of a tutorial on the difference between covalent and ionic bonds. First, we'll start with the definition. Covalent bond: when two or more atoms bond by sharing electrons. Now, sharing is written in capital letters because that is the operative word when understanding covalent bonds and comparing those to ionic bonds. So in this example, we're going to do a dot diagram of oxygen. We're going to have there are 6 electrons out on the outer shell, represented by the dots. And we have 2 dot diagrams of hydrogen, which will be represented by the capital letter H, with 1 dot on each. In a covalent bond, electrons are shared. So hydrogen is going to share its 1 electron. The other hydrogen atom is going to share that electron. And now oxygen will have a complete outer ring filled with electrons. The 3 atoms have combined to make 1 molecule of H2O, water. Next, we're going to look at the ionic bond, which is a little bit more complicated and a couple more things are happening. An ionic bond is when 2 or more atoms bond together by taking electrons. So in our example, we're going to use chlorine and sodium, table salt. Chlorine has an atomic number of 17, which means there are 7 electrons on an outer cloud. Because there are 7, it leaves space for 1 more electron. Sodium has an atomic number of 11, which means it has 1 electron on its outer cloud. And so when we draw a dot diagram of sodium, we have 1 dot representing that 1 electron hanging out there. So in this example, chlorine is going to take the electron from sodium. Sodium had 11 protons and 11 electrons because sodium's atomic number is 11. And so something different happens to sodium when it gives up that electron. So since chlorine has an atomic number of 17, we know that it has 17 protons and 17 electrons. Since sodium gives chlorine 1 electron, that means chlorine gains an electron. Electrons are negatively charged, which means chlorine's going to have 17 protons and 18 electrons. That makes chlorine a negative ion. Now, in sodium's case, sodium lost an electron, which means instead of having 11 protons and 11 electrons, it now has 11 protons and 10 electrons. Sodium has lost an electron. Sodium is now positive, and chlorine is now negative. They have become ions. Thanks for following at Mr. Marino Science. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.